Hi there. We find that a lot of our clients need to be able to edit the size of their images and be able to crop them, sometimes even be able to change the colors and the exposures. And we find that the easiest program to do this in is Preview on Mac. If you don't use a Mac, sorry, this advice is probably not going to be the most helpful for you. So what you need to do is open up the preview program and then open up your image. So you would find the file sort of in your inside your computer and open up the image. Once you've got it here, the first thing that you might need to do is to change the size of an image. This is especially important if you're putting it into a template that requires it to be a certain size, or if you're loading it to a website and you don't want the image to be too big. So in this top menu, you click on Tools and Adjust Size. This then opens up a little box and you can then see how big your image is. This little lock, when it's locked, means that if you change one, the other will change as well. So if you change the width, it will change the height. And that's really important so that you actually keep your resolution in your image and you don't land up with something that is all squashy and squishy because you've changed it. So let's say that we now need this to be 500th width. There we go. It will automatically change the size of the image. The next problem that we might face is that we have a very specific size that the image needs to be. So maybe we need it to be 500 by 300 pixels. So now we can see we've got 500, but it's not 300, it's 334. What we can then do is the cursor's changed to the little plus sign. You can then drag and you can see in the corner that it shows you the size of your block. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make this block, we know that it needs to be 500, so we can drag it on the outside all the way there. But now we know that we need 300 width, so we can drag it down until the number equals 300. Okay. And then what we need to do is we can then move it around so that it's a crop that we like. So maybe we want it to be that one there. If you click on the button at the top that says crop, you now have an image that is 500 by 300 or as close as is necessary. So now what happens if this image doesn't look 100% the way that you want it to look? If you click on Tools, Adjust Color, you get a few different levels that you can change. So you can change the exposure, which generally makes it lighter or darker. So if you have images with sun shining through windows and there's a glare, you can drop the exposure. Increasing the contrast means the difference between the light and the dark colors. So you can make it kind of fade out, or you can make the colors really stand out against each other. Saturation tends to be you can take something to be sort of to lose a lot of its color, to be bled out, or to really make those colors incredibly vibrant. You can also make the colors cooler or warmer. So if you want to bring out the cool colors, or if you want to really highlight the warm colors. Obviously sepia is if you want to change the sepia tone of it. Of the image. And then sharpness, if the image is a bit blurry, you can really sharpen the contours of it, or you can blur them out to make the image a bit more blurry. If you're unhappy with all of it, you can just click on Reset. So once you have made all of these changes, if you now click on File Save, you will lose your original image. So either at the start of the process or at the end, we would suggest that you duplicate and then you save the edited copy of your image as a duplicate, and then on your original you can then close it without saving any of the changes. And those are our suggestions as to how you can use Preview to easily edit your images.